takes these chemicals and feeds them to rodents, for instance, they're indeed carcinogenic, usually applied at doses which are about 1,000 to 10,000-fold higher than in the case of consumption of such prepared meat, which on the first glance looks very striking. The problem with the story is that there are basically no data existing which point to an increased risk after long-time poultry and fish consumption. In fact, fish consumption in many of the epidemiological studies have been even considered as protective. Yet, as Sugimura showed it already in his early publications, and later on a couple of other investigators demonstrated it as well, the rate of, in the grilling, broiling, frying process, or even smoking process, the rate of chemical carcinogens which arise here is virtually identical to the one prepared by red meat. And in some instances, smoked salmon, for instance, even higher than in well-fried roast beef or steak. Now, this doesn't fit at all. And this is an interesting point which we try to pursue a little bit more in detail. If you look into the cattle population, which exists globally, then we can roughly differentiate between two groups of types of cattle, or even species of cattle, which play a major role. The so-called taurine cattle is not, of course, not only the Frisian cattle, but a couple of other brands as well. The zebu cattle, both indicus, very relatively distantly related to each other. Also, they are able to crossbreed with each other. And the yak, mainly consumed in Tibet, or almost exclusively consumed there, which is a species which poorly interbreeds with any of the other cattle types under those circumstances. Now, a recent study which was published by McTavish indicated by analyzing nucleotide polymorphisms in cattle the relative relatedness of the both indicus, the Indian cattle, the zebus, with some of the more taurine cattle listed here. And you can see it here, there is a very distant type of relationship under those conditions. And if one looks into the world distribution of the zebu cattle, again published in the same paper here, it's clear that particularly this region of Southeast Asia, zebus became very popular, even in East Africa, and also here specific regions in South America. I tried to find out which where these are, and it seems